alcohol, Islam says no. If you're going to have a negative impact on the community, you can't do that because the community at large has a greater right. But when I was asking you guys, look, I'm not trying to attack you guys. I'm curious, yeah. But when I say inconsistency, I have to. You can do the same with me. When you draw a line with the pedophiles, when you draw a line with incest, I'm asking the question. For example, the pedophile movement, actually bestiality even, yeah, they want to join your group. They even there's some discussion where they're like, why can't? And the LGBT group are denying that. They're saying no, you can't. But they're saying we're born this way. Why is it that when you're born gay, homosexual, bisexual, transsexual, whatever it may, transgender, whatever you're born, you have a right. But as a pedophile, when I have some kind of liking to a child, and even some of them say, even if we don't act on it, I have that. Accept me as I am. You reject them.
Because they're hurting people. We are not.
Incest?
That's the main difference.
No, but incest. A father and a daughter that's reached the age of 16, they use contraceptives.
Yeah, but that, as we said, that father is in a position of power over the daughter. Like, do you respect your father?
Okay, what age does the child need to reach so they're not in a position of power? Because
there is no age that they reach because the parent
in a position of...
Yeah.
But that could be with anyone. That could be with some two gay couples, and one is more manipulative.
Yeah, if someone has a position of power over the other person, in gay couples, if one of them is abusive, then that's wrong too.
Yeah, I know, but if a woman comes and says, I'm 16 years old, my father is not manipulative, and I choose the right to have sexual intimacy with him. How could you come and say, no, he's your father, he must be manipulative, you're overgeneralizing? How is that fair on them and their love?
We're not saying he's manipulative. We're not saying he's necessarily 100% manipulative.
Okay, all right.
We're saying that person is in a position of power over the daughter, right? Do you acknowledge that?
They are until that person reaches the age of puberty, 16, because they have a lot of rights. You know, they can call the feds in 2 seconds.
Okay, can I ask, how is this relevant?
Because what it is what we're just trying to do is, what I'm trying to find out is, because I feel like there's an inconsistency with the LGBTQ community, and this is where I'm saying, well, this is a contradiction. That's what I'm trying to highlight, and I'm trying to tell me if I'm wrong. So that's why I was trying to have a dialogue with you guys, because it seems a contradiction to your very stance.
Okay, let me ask you the opposite question. Why do you draw this straight line at men and women being in relationships and not at all people of any genders being in relationships?
Okay.
Where do you draw the line is what I'm asking.
Okay, with us, we come from an objective morality where we believe God Almighty has created us and we live in His land and He provides us the sustenance, and what He says, we try our best to follow. Now, obviously, as Muslims in this country, we abide by the law of the land, yeah? So you guys can, I'm not here to stop you doing what you're doing, but what we're trying to say is, for example, from our point of view, it's, for example, we believe that God Almighty has forbidden it, it's not permissible, yeah? And not only that, for example, there are many issues as well. For example, it's unnatural. I believe it's unnatural, even though you can say, okay, it's an animal kingdom, but I can say that's animals. But what I'm saying is unnatural for a man, for example, to penetrate another man's rectum, you know, and that's from our point of view. But I'm not saying you guys don't have to.
One moment, sorry. We didn't consent to being filmed.
So I don't know. They do it.
Could you please take that down?
Yeah, whoever's recording. Okay,
we didn't consent to being filmed at all.
Yeah, okay, all right, guys. Whoever's recording this, they don't want to be in here, yeah, because the speaker's gonna. You get 10 cameras. I can't control them. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You can leave. I just want to make.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So, our position. I'm just going to sum up on one.
Sure.
Okay. So you say that God said that it's not okay, and that's fine. Like, I completely respect your opinion. From our perspective, it's okay for any adult consenting person who does not have a parental or familial relationship with someone else. It's okay for them to have a relationship.
Does the LGBT society stand with the words you said, or is this coming from you? The whole parental, the whole parental thing of being manipulative. That's the first time I've heard that.
Most people within the LGBTQ community do not endorse incest.
Oh yeah, no, they don't. But for example, is it because the whole manipulative thing? Because that's the first time I've heard that.
Well, it's partially because of that. It's also partially because of genetic. It's for lots of different reasons. And I obviously haven't prepared for this. We're just here for that. We haven't prepared for this. I couldn't tell you every argument.
Okay.
But we don't endorse incest, and all we're saying is that anyone who's over a legal age of consent should be allowed to have a relationship with anyone else. And that's fine. You're a really nice guy.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry again if I was just inquiring. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself. Okay, thank you. It's just really that's a nice dialogue here, discussion. Just ask some questions. I think it was quite informative. Goodbye. Who is this? downstairs.
Sorry, man. No, don't worry. As soon as we're just literally passing by speed And I was going to ask, brother, do you mind if you took a picture of me and my brother? This is what song? Sony. Which one? A73. Which one, portrait or landscape? Portrait, please. It's not on any pencil profile. I think it's just quite chill. Yeah, no, it's just on nothing. It's on nothing. So do you do the videography and stuff for it? Because I'm actually from Edinburgh. So like I came here with my family. We're just passing by. I've seen it. Because when you see someone like on the screen like so many times and you see them in person, it's great. He's a lovely guy. What's it like, dealing with people who speak Spanish day to day? Can imagine. Because a lot of the time people are butting in and trying to say all these things. Suburb, yeah. A lot of it is controversial. You have Dawah, I think you have them over here, and a lot of people say that the way that we do Dawah should be approached to people and things like that. So it's interesting to see. It's really good that you guys get the content. We need that nowadays, especially with all the concerns. This stuff is quite easy. But it's good to have the opportunity for people to actually have some dialogue. Well, mashallah, that's very good. You see, subhanAllah, things happen. It's like a different type of food that feeds your soul. You're in service to others. Even myself, being born a Muslim doesn't necessarily mean that I know a lot about Islam. And then I started to look into myself, looking at some videos of Dawah, looking at an atheist point of view, looking at a very secular point of view. Yeah, sorry, I'm just rambling on. It's just such a pleasure to be here. What is it you're using? You're on next month, that lens. Yeah, I know. It's got a filter on it. It's like a flare. It's like a flare thing, isn't it? For the sun. Yeah, for the sun. Yeah, like a flare. Yeah. Well, bro, thank you for your chat as well.
Assalamu alaikum, bro. Take care, yeah?
I appreciate So I got some pictures of Ali doing dialogue and stuff. If you want to grab them,